Within 10 to 15 minutes, this man wasn't done. I haven't had sex before, and the pain was so severe.
This video you're about to see is unfortunately a true story. Before we continue to the video, please subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell right next to the subscribe button to be notified anytime we post new videos. This video makes me feel three kind of emotions. One, I'm happy, I'm sad, and three, I'm angry. I'm happy because one, I'm just glad that she's in a place where she can fully open up to her own vulnerability and share her story. I bet you if we line up 10 girls, 8 out of 10 would have similar experiences or may even be victims. And this kind of situations ripples into bad choices, pregnancies, STDs, and a whole lot of issues that a lot of girls find themselves in. So let's get into the video. Please share, like, and comment.
On the 9th of February 2015, one afternoon, when I didn't go to school, I was at home and a call came from my dad general hospital that my father has been admitted. So I decided to say, okay, I decided to go there. And what caused the admission to the hospital is he fell. He was actually working on a project, so he fell from a 5-story building to the ground, and he went into coma. He wasn't moving. And Daddy getting that project, we were all thinking it's going to change our lives, but the unfortunate happened. That is, he fell from the story building to the floor, and it's a different cost and a different story altogether. I didn't want my younger siblings to notice what was going on. So when they asked me, sister, how do you do it? So don't worry, Daddy has a whole lot of accounts that there are so many insurances that are covering up. But little did they know that there were some things that I was doing to support them with like selling pure water on the street from Santa Maria to Odoko from morning till 6 o'clock when I get to the house. When I sell one bag, I get 2 cedis as profit. Sometimes I could sell only 4. Sometimes if I know what's going to happen the next day, I go to the extent of selling 6, even though I get really tired, but because I need the money to do something, I have to go to the extent of selling 6. When the incident of him falling happened, I realized and I felt as if my life has come to an end. Because even he being strong, the life wasn't easy. But I always had this in mind, no matter what, I have to make it. So this is what I did. I mustered courage. I went to the hospital when they called me. And from there, it's an accident. So you have to do whatever the doctor says. This is the case, you love your father so much, you don't want him to pass away. So you have to do anything to get him back to his feet again. I came back to Accra to tell the family what has happened. And funny enough, some of his family members had already bought coffin. They've already had the information before I thought I was going to tell them. So one of his brothers had bought coffin to bury him because he thought he was dead. And God being so good, when I got a little money and I went back to the hospital, I met my teacher in SHS, the teacher who teaches me in SHS, my business management teacher actually. He brought his child to the hospital for a checkup, and I told him what I was doing here when he asked. So he gave me 300 cedis to sort myself out a little, and anything I should give him a call. So I took the 300 cedis. That is when I've gone back to Ada to see how my daddy was faring. Well, there was nothing going on because there's no money. I've not paid any amount of money. Nothing was going on. But me being around him, I felt like it's cool. It will be better. So the money he gave me, I sent some to my siblings in the house, and the remaining I gave it to the doctor to at least give him something because he wasn't moving. He wasn't moving. The breathing was away, and it was really frustrating and hard, difficult. The doctor that was responsible for Daddy, or who took the case, said he was willing to help only on the condition that he would give me some drugs to sell. Then I get the profit that we used to take care of him. But since I haven't done that before, I told him no. He gave me a different option, as he's going to sleep with me, then he will take care of the cost. I still turned him down because I didn't want to disappoint my dad. Even when he's strong and he comes back to his feet and I tell him that this is what I did for you to be okay, he wouldn't like it. He would be disappointed in me. So I turned him down. After he came back from the hospital, life was still difficult. It was worse than everything. So his friends, his customers, who usually give him work to do, some were like they could help. They actually, when they come, they give him something small. They use this to buy porridge and those things. So we're actually living on donations of people. So one of them decided to say, okay, I'm going to help you out so that you take care of that. But the condition at which he wanted to help wasn't cool, so I decided not to take it. At all. I just turned him down, and that was it. Mommy's salary was taking care of rent, light bill, and school fees. So the little I could also do to take care of my little siblings was to sell, to give them feeding fee the next morning, every morning. So that means I wasn't going to school. So the whole of Form 2, third term, I never stepped in class. But I wrote exams. And I passed. Of course, I had somebody in school who was helping me with the topic and the subjects for the day. So I studied at home. And I wasn't having all the textbooks either. But the little I was having, I was just utilizing them like that. One time I went to sell, and upon getting to the house, I just heard shouts, "Hey, Miss Mami National, Miss Mami National." I didn't know what to do, whether to cry. I didn't know what to do. So I got to the house, and there were so many people in the house, and I was like, I'm mad at all. She even doesn't know what happened, but all she could describe to me is she wanted to cook for Daddy, and when she was setting the fire just exploded, and it caught her dress, and she was in a nylon skirt, so it got stuck to her skin, and she decided to peel the dress off, and that place became sore. So some neighbors who were around gave us some herbal medicines and some leaves to put on it, but it was getting out of hand. So one of my daddy's customers, should I mention the name? One of my daddy's customers came around to check up on Daddy, and he asked that what are we doing about Mommy. There was nothing we could do, so he called me and told me that he can help me. I was like, if you can help me, it's my daddy, you don't know me, so if you have any help, just tell my dad, and whatever that is involved, we can sort it out. He said no, he wants to help me help my parents. It's like, okay. At the point where we have gotten to is when the sore was eating deep into the thighs and the legs. It got so severe to the point that mommy's leg would be cut off because of the sore. It was eating deep into the thighs and the leg. So when I discovered that, I didn't know what to do, so I had to run back to daddy's customer who was willing to help, but on a condition. So I went and I asked him that what the condition was, and he said that it's something that I should know, because he was thinking I was a big girl, because somebody in SHS 2 and 3, like early SHS 3, should know what he wanted. And I was like, I didn't know, so he should tell me. He told me, this is it. I should give in. He should have sex with me so that he can help with mommy's surgery. So I went back to the house and I thought of it. I wanted to tell my dad, but I know that my dad has so much confidence in me that when I told him that, he wouldn't allow it. So I kept it to myself. And the pain in which my mom was going through, I was feeling it one way or the other. So I decided to give in to daddy's customer. He gave me the location where I'm to meet him, and how whatever will happen would happen. So I met him at the location when he said. When I got there, he asked me to bring my dresses down, and because I needed the money and I didn't want my mother to go through that surgery of her legs being cut off. Even the 2 legs were there, it wasn't easy, then one will not be there. I didn't want that. And moreover, I didn't want the stigma thing to I didn't want that, so I had to just forgo everything and give in. Well, within 10 to 15 minutes, this man wasn't done. I haven't had sex before, and the pain was so severe. Well, because I needed the money, I just had to shut my mouth and take it in good faith. Eventually, I took the money before the sex thing happened. It was close to 3,000 Ghana cedis. The worst thing of all was that after he had the sex with me, he told me he was going to tell my dad, and he knew that when he tells that to my father, it's going to be a whole lot of issue between my dad and I. So he wanted to blackmail me with that too. The money, we didn't get the money again because he connived with somebody else to get his money back. So all he wanted was to just take advantage, and he fell in my body, and that is it. After giving me the money, he took mommy to one of his colleagues, like his doctor friend, and nothing was being done about the leg. The money too, I've already paid to the same doctor he told me to. The same doctor he took mommy to. So it's like it cost 90 work. So we eventually had to go to police hospital for mommy to be taken care of. All the same, when all these things were happening, he still told my father that he had slept with me. The relationship with my father became really bad, very bad. Well, I thought I was doing something to save the family and put everybody back. There's no trust. Even till now, he's still on medication, and anytime I buy drugs and I take it to him, he asks me, "Sister, where did you get the money to do this?" And I'll be like, "Daddy, I've been working, I've saved some money, so that is what I'm using." I would advise everyone or every young girl that when you're going through every situation, giving up so easily or giving into a condition that you know it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life shouldn't be the last option. You shouldn't just give in like that, because if you give in, it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Why do I say this? Sometimes I sit down and I just say, so I actually slept with somebody's husband. It's not an easy thing. I would always say, don't give in easily and trust your own hustle. If I had continued to sell my pure water till I would have gotten the money, or someone would have helped me out genuinely.
Thanks for watching this video. If you want us to keep making more compelling content, then please subscribe to this channel and click on the subscription button right next to it in order to see more or new videos anytime we post them. I think this video is a call to women. We are in an era where women hail women. We call ourselves queens. We compliment each other, and comfortably and meaningfully. We mean the things we say to each other. So I think it's about time that we translate these compliments into actions. When a woman comes to you for help, genuinely help. I'm sure if my dear girl had gotten some sort of help for another female, she wouldn't have been in this situation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.